Hi and welcome to Kate's Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs. This is a video doing another junk journal January prompt. If you are just new and you don't know what junk journal January is, it's a month-long journaling challenge with prompts run by Meg Journals and in collaboration with Get Messy Art. So I will put all those facts and links and things if you want to get involved. There's lots of artists and there's a playlist. You can watch all the videos and all their takes on the prompts, which is a nice fun thing to do, and it can get you started if you're a bit stuck on a prompt. So it's day 6, I believe, which is memory. So I'm just going to do that. I wanted to use a photo, and I wanted to use this one here of my mum, who is with Lucia. This is at Christmas. Lucia's got a little Christmas pudding outfit on. This will be a really very precious memory in the future. Obviously, mum, great-grandma with her youngest great-granddaughter, and who knows what the future holds. There may be more great-grandchildren in her future, but you just don't know. And I just love this photo. Mum hates having her photo taken, and I just really like this, the way she's looking down at Lucia, so there's no self-consciousness there, and like a pose photo. If she knew I was taking her photo, yeah, she just would have looked uncomfortable. So I love how that looks. I'm going to layer up a little bit of old paper here to put underneath it, but I feel like something else needs to go under the photo. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to mat it on something. I was playing around with this, but I couldn't really get it to work. I love this print. This is one from Heather, Ruby and Pearl. It's one of my favorites. So I do want to use this somehow in my journal, so that will be coming. But then I had this paper here, and I thought, oh, maybe I could fussy cut out these. It's a cardstock, so I may be making my life difficult, but I thought I could fussy cut some of these flowers out and having them poking out from underneath. So I'm going to do that, and then I am going to come back and we'll see if we can give this sort of layout some depth with some layers, I guess. Right, so I'll be back. Right, there we go. Maybe a little bit ambitious. The cardstock was quite heavy, so I ended up using my knife, as you saw. But I really like the flowers. I am going to do a little bit of inking, because that will just hide where the knife caught some of the top printed piece of paper, and then it shows white. It will just hide that where it's not perfect, basically. So a knife is a good way, a sharp knife is a good way to do really good detailed fussy cutting, if you can be bothered. I actually find it quite relaxing, although this was a bit hard on my hands because it's quite heavy cardstock, but I think the payoff's worth it. It's kind of also like a throwback. I used to do a lot of fussy cutting out elements with our scrapbooking back in the day. So although I'm not wanting to make my journal super bulky, I was just thinking it might be quite nice if we lift some of these things up and add some dimension. You can do that with foam tape, or even just thick cardboard, like corrugated cardboard. So I'm going to have a little play with that. I'll have a look at my tape. So I've got these little squares of foam tape. I've had them for ages, so it's a good way of using them, but it means I do want to probably match this photo, and then maybe we'll lift it up a little bit and we'll have these flowers sort of peeking out from underneath, perhaps. So I don't like that background there, but it doesn't matter. It's not too bad. So yeah, so we need to find something to match this onto. It doesn't need to be anything special, just a scrap of cardstock maybe. I mean, we could use the back of this and have the stripes. What would that be like? Maybe. Let's do that. I don't think it will hurt. Bit of fun. I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. How is everybody? I hope you're well. We had a fun night last night. We went to a local music festival, so it's a full weekend, but we just had tickets for the one night and went and listened to some music. It rained quite heavily during the day, and there was still a little bit of rain around when we went, but it was actually not too bad, so we didn't get wet, which I was super happy about. And also, yeah, it wasn't too late of a night, but without wanting to complain about old lady problems, I am having some issues with my knees, particularly my right knee. And today we went for a pretty long walk. Well, not super long, just along the coast. David did 8, I did about 7. I took Jet down to the beach because he was getting really hot, so while I was sort of throwing a stick into the ocean for him, David did a bit extra. I'm just going to go and cut this with my cutter. I don't love it, but it's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Right, let's just glue these bits down. I'm just wondering, I probably need to decide where all the other elements are going before I put this on. Yeah, because if I want something coming down the bottom, this has to be lifted up here. And does that go on top like that, maybe? That's quite pretty, I think. And then I do want to use this book plate. I've used my Dymo labeler, and I thought I might put this somewhere. But that will need brads. I don't want it on the photo. So that's probably going to have to go down here. So I wonder if I should just make this into a card, like a journaling type card. Yeah, and then put that on there. So that's probably a good idea. I was just thinking this probably would have been nicer behind the photo, the little pink houndstooth. But that is okay. Right, now I've got some card. I just want to use scraps because I don't want to start cutting up another whole piece of card. Right, okay. So I'm going to glue this onto here. Doesn't matter if you can see bits. I'll use my glue stick. Got some trips away coming up. I've got a couple of trips to Auckland, and then while I'm up there I'll go and see my mum up north and my sister, which will be cool. And in February, lots of busy times in February as well, so I'm going to have to really try and start being more organised. Just going to crunch that up a little bit. Which way was it going to go? That way, maybe? Yeah, we're going to Australia in February, which will be exciting. We're going to see Pink in concert, which I've always wanted to see Pink. Love her music and just her energy, and yeah, love lots of things about Pink. So there's that. And while we're there, obviously we'll see my two daughters who live over there. So yep, looking forward to that. And then I think there's a couple of music things we're going to as well, because it's summer and the music things are on. So yeah, January and February super busy. Right, now let's just cut this down. I'll just go and cut across the bottom here. So that is going to go on there. There's our photo, and then we're going to put these under. Like that, I think. And where's my other one? The other one's going to come under there. And then, this is going to attach here, I think. Right, so let's put some foam tape on the back of the photo. In fact, it is probably easier with corrugated cardboard to do than this. But, oh well. This works as well. Leaving some gaps at the edges, so A, you don't see the foam, and B, you can tuck your elements underneath. But even if you don't have corrugated cardboard, you know, you can glue a whole lot of pieces of cardstock together to make a big, thick thing to put under. But if you don't want your journal to be bulky, then this is definitely not the way to go. But I have left room in this one. I've left huge gaps between my signatures, so I'm hoping that means if every now and then I do something like this, it's not going to be too bulky. I spent yesterday, was it yesterday? Sewing in signatures to a writing journal that I've made for myself. Okay, shall we pop that there? Oh well, there we go. Oh, whoops, Pixie, hang on. Silly. Okay. Right, and then use glue on these. Yeah, so the most signatures I've ever sewn in, 15 signatures. And so the journal has 300 pages in it. I'm really happy with it. And I'm going to make an effort to do some writing, obviously, in a journal. I've been encouraged by my sister. She has started doing it. She made herself one and she has been writing in it every day since the new year. And she said, why don't I think about doing it? So yeah, that's the plan. Right, now let's have a look here. That's going to sit on the page here. How are these flowers? Have I left enough room to tuck them under? Maybe not. No, I haven't, so I have to lift this up. How do I want that? A bit like that. Okay, let's go with that. I do like that more over that way actually. Okay, so I'm going to glue this. Yeah, so we'll see how we go with that. It was good to get that journal made. I had the cover lying around for a while to make a journal for my shop, and it hadn't happened, and so I thought, well, I'll use it for myself. And then I thought, because it's a writing journal, I can afford to give it a go, putting in the signatures really, really close together. And I've never done that before, and I really wanted to try it out. So yeah, it was relatively successful. I like how it looks. How did we decide this was going to go there? Quite like that little yellow one poking out there. All right, I've committed to that, and then that one's going to go there. And then I did some eco printing with the Pahudakawas. Really pleased with how they've turned out. I've put them in the paper press. The Pahudakawa flowers and leaves are quite woody, so they do tend to damage the papers. I tried to use as thicker papers as I could, but some of them have got holes, have ended up with holes in them. Got those two same flowers there. Oh well, that's okay. Not quite what I had in mind, but there we go. And then, oh, we've got glue there. We're going to put the brads. Memory is going to go there. Don't know now. I don't really like it. Could go straight under the photo like that. Don't like that. And then I was going to put it there. Not a fan. Could go up there. I think I prefer it up there. Okay, that's what's going to happen, because we can't waste time. We want to get it done. And really it's about having the memory in our book. Have I got any brads that kind of match the... Oh yeah, that one does. Another one like that. These tiny little compartments aren't good for my bony fingers. There we go. Are they the same? Not really. Not quite. Let's have a look here. Oop. What about those two? Not really. More yellowy one. Yep, those two. Okay. I think they're similar. Okay, so I'm going to stick holes through this card and put the brads in. To hold my little book plate thingy in place, or whatever these are called. So there we go. And then I could do a little bit more cutting and have some of the flowers sort of poking out from under here. I kind of like that idea. So I'll just quickly see what that's going to look like. Maybe not that pink one on the edge there. kind of like the line drawn ones. I can pretend in my mind that I drew them, that's my awesome doodling. I wish. In my writing journal, in my head, I think, oh, maybe I could do some stuff like that. A little bit of doodling, or, I mean, these leaves here, they look pretty simple, but when I do them, they just, I don't know, they look a bit weird. But it's all practice, isn't it? And then it's just what you decide you have time for and what you really want to do. That's what I was told. You make time for the things that you really want to do. That's probably right. So do we want more flowers there? Oh, I quite like that. More is more. I've got more here. No, where are they? Oh, well, I'm going to stick those under there. And I think that might be it. And then we've done another entry in our journal. Tomorrow is stitched. Love stitching. That leaf is going to poke up over the other side, but never mind, that's okay. Oops, and then I got glue on. I got a gluey finger on the picture. Every time that I do that. Every time, guys. Oh, well. Okay, right, I'm just going to use double-sided tape, I think, to glue this, to tape this in. Since that's what's here. And that will be that entry done. Maybe a date would be good. But if we're ever looking through this again and we go, oh, when was that? How old was Mum? How old was Lucia? So Lucia, what, 9 months? Or maybe 8 months. She's nearly crawling, guys. So close. So that'll be exciting. Brittany and Kenton are all prepared. They've got the gate at the top of the stairs. They've got their lounges like up, not a whole lot of stairs, but enough for a baby to roll and or crawl and, yeah, hurt themselves. So they've got ready for that inevitability. There we go. There is our memory page. I have got a stamp, a date stamp I could use. I always get nervous about stamping, but let's find it and let's stamp it. So let's have a look. February, December, I don't know what day. Might have even been the day before Christmas. It might have been Christmas Eve. Let's go with that. That'll do. 24th, 2023. Oh, that's the last year that this date stamp goes on to. And then you can have remember this. So let's have a look. Let's stamp it on something else first to see how that stamps out, because it is an old stamp. And let me just... So it takes up quite a lot of space. So maybe we'll just do the date, if we can do that without making a mess. Let's have a look. December 24, 2023. Put this underneath. Just going to tuck it up, try and get it here. Let's see what we've done. Oh well, that didn't work. Okay, so this is a lesson in why I don't stamp. And I will have to cover that up because I really don't like that. Well, this must be all I have left of this strip, so I'm going to see if I can do something with this to hide that boo-boo. Just quickly cut around these little flowers. So frustrating. Probably a better idea would have been to maybe get a label or something and stamp on that and stick the label in. Just knowing how often my stamping doesn't work. But it's okay. Just an opportunity to do something else. Stay calm. It really isn't worth getting upset about. Right, so there we go. We've got some more, another little sort of set of flowers that we might be able to cover this up with. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to put those there because I certainly prefer that. So yeah, I'm going to give them a little bit of an ink just to disguise some of the cutting. And that's going to go there to hide my rubbish stamping. Rubbish! If Jo was watching this, she'd be going, oh my gosh, typical Kate with her stamping. And I'm actually going to stick that flower on the photo. And I've got these little ones here. Talk about using every scrap. That's a good thing though, isn't it? Using up everything that you've got. Especially, I couldn't tell you how long I've had this scrapbooking paper, cardstock. Years. So, yay. I think this is one of the ones I used in my ephemera folder that I made for my Christmas things. Let me know if anyone wants to have a look at that. I think I put a reel up on Instagram, but I could do a flip through. Do we want more here? Don't think so. Actually. Ah, why not? Why not? Okay, I think we need to stop now. That video is long enough. And my rubbish stamping. I feel like there's a funny gap here now, so I will probably put something there. Maybe a little label of some description with the date on it. Yeah, so I don't really like that gap there, but that's okay. That's how it turned out. It was fun, and it's a lovely memory of my mum and with her great-granddaughter at Christmas. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye now.